Hey, yo, what's good? It's your boy Wolfie. Welcome back to more Wolfie. Your boy is married now. Meet my wife.
Hey.
Anyways, yo, it's been a minute. I haven't talked to you guys in forever, and we have a lot to talk about, so let's go sit down and have a chat. I honestly forgot how to work one of these tripods. So just to be clear, I have not fallen off the face of the earth. I've been posting regularly on TikTok, if you guys have found me there, and on Instagram. And Sylvia's done the same.
Yes, I have.
But we just haven't been doing YouTube videos. But obviously, I wanted to fill in my YouTube family as well. So let's talk about how we got to this point. A year ago, I proposed to Sylvia in Lake Como in Italy. It was like one of the most magical experiences of all time.
It was the blueprint for all proposals for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
It was the best proposal. I'm a little biased, but it was literally the best proposal.
Yeah, I literally saw our pictures enter like the Pinterest boarding and stuff like that.
That's like the best compliment ever. I don't know how you ate that up so well.
But that was on June 1st of 2024, so pretty much like a year and a little bit ago. And then we had been going back and forth a lot with like what we wanted to do with how we wanted to have a wedding and all that. Did we want to have it big? Did we want to have something more small? Who's gonna come?
Figuring out how we wanted to do the wedding was the most stressful part.
Yeah, it was literally like months of like going back and forth over the idea of what the ideal perfect wedding was. I think we just got to a point where we were just too stressed out and we were like, yo,
let's just get married.
Yeah, let's just get married. We've been together for how many years? You guys are gonna see at the end of this, I'm gonna play our wedding video. So you guys are gonna see how it all went down. But yeah, we got to a point where we realized we wanted to do something very small, very intimate.
And we knew we wanted it to be in Italy because the proposal trip was like one of the best trips of our lives. And so we just loved Italy so much and we wanted to go back. So we're like, how can we make Italy happen?
How can we finesse and go back to Italy and
Yeah.
like get married at the same time? The first thing we did was we did the civil ceremony where we are in Canada right now, because it's pretty much mandatory, especially if you want to do a wedding that's out of the country.
And we had our immediate family at that because it started to become too stressful when we were starting to think of like bringing everyone to Italy and like the travel complications with that. So we're like, let's make that a moment with the family so everyone feels included and we get to have the sentimental like family time. So the courthouse thing was a whole civil ceremony and we did a really nice dinner afterwards with our families. And it was like, as long as we've been together, that was the first time that I think our families have all been in the same room, like with my dad and everything. So it was still super, super special. I'm glad that we did it that way. Because then came Italy, which was more like fun and for us.
Yeah, it was meant to be just fun and no stress.
Yes, no stress.
So initially when we thought about the idea of Italy, we were literally just gonna go us two and run off and elope.
Because we just did not want it to be a stressful process. And every time we kept thinking wedding, 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 it felt stressful.
Yeah, like as soon as you involve anyone that's not just us,
Yeah.
you have to think about them. Whether you think that you have to think about them or not, like you do have to take them into consideration when making any decision, whether it's even where are we gonna eat. So I was playing COD with my friends and I was talking about like how Sylvia and I's plan was to elope. And then all of them were like, what do you mean elope? Like, bro, we'll come to Italy too, like if you want us to come. Which was shocking to me because literally I had given them like 2 months notice of what our plan was.
Once we decided what we wanted to do, which was get married in Italy, the summer months to like get married in good weather in Italy were literally right around the corner. So that's why we ended up being like, okay, we have to plan this out in 2 months. And we're like, no one's gonna come in that case. And so we were totally okay with just the elopement plan until literally our friends were just like, of course we'll come.
Obviously with short notice comes a little bit of stress. So that was the only stress during this process of like, we give ourselves 2 months. So finding a wedding planner was a little bit hard because all of them are booked up like years in advance. Finding Sylvia's dress was a little bit hard, but we were willing to like
Compromise on those things because we just wanted to get married right
Exactly.
away. We're like, I don't want to wait a whole other year.
So we were lucky enough to find an Airbnb, which is literally a castle to do the wedding
Tuscany.
in Tuscany. As for the format of the wedding, we literally did like the most non-traditional format of a wedding that you could possibly do, I think.
Right. We just did everything that felt right to us.
So there was 10 of us combined. Some of the friends couldn't make it because it was on short notice.
So the wedding day basically was in the morning. We spent it together. We had breakfast together on this beautiful view at this castle. Then we got ready together and it was exactly what we wanted because we didn't want to be separate that day. Our guests were chilling by the pool, like just enjoying the villa. There was no pressure there.
A big thing I really liked is that we just like gave our guests like the full day to do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
I just said, yo, hang out by the pool, do whatever you guys want to do the entire day until around like 4 or 5 p.m.
And then when it came down to like the lovey-dovey stuff, we just said our vows to each other in front of our closest friends. And we had a private photo shoot, like a couple's photo shoot.
And then we had
Our dinner.
a dinner, which was very simple.
Yeah.
And against the Italian rules, by the way, because the vendors had told me, they're like, yo, we don't do pizza and pasta in one meal.
And Charles really wanted both pizza and pasta. The Italians were like, you want all those carbs? We're low-key
Yeah, exactly. But I was telling them, I'm like, this is my dinner, is it not? So like, I think we just did like pizza, pasta,
Aperol spritz by the pitcher. I was
Literally
like,
just
load
Aperol
that
spritz
up.
and wine. Whatever appetizers.
The tablescape was so pretty, like the flowers. We didn't even do too much for the flowers. It was like very...
It was minimal.
Yeah, minimal, but perfect.
And same with the lighting over top of us.
Yes.
Like as soon as I saw like the courtyard of the castle, I was like, okay, we got to do a dinner here.
With ambient lighting.
Ambient, like
fairy
hanging lights. Oh, it was so beautiful.
Yeah, so that just set the mood. And it was just like with our Italian playlist that we had been like curating for months beforehand, like as soon as you start hearing all the songs that you put on there, in that atmosphere,
Oh my God.
it
Yeah.
was just so like, we've been waiting for this moment. It was so nice.
That playlist, we both put a lot of hours into that because I had to like put my favorite artists aside and be like, okay, I'm not just gonna make this a whole Drake playlist. I need these songs to fit the Italian atmosphere.
At least for the dinner.
Yeah, for the dinner. But
And
everyone said there was like a great playlist. If you guys want it, like
Yeah. And afterwards, we just did a little cake cutting.
first dance, technically.
Yeah, but we didn't practice any of that because there was no pressure. Like we just didn't even practice cutting the cake or doing like a dip down the aisle or like our first dance. It was just so chill and go with the flow.
All those typical things you do for a regular wedding, like go scout the venue before you arrive.
Yeah.
It's like, we didn't even do that. We didn't even taste the menu before we arrived. I was just like, I trust that you guys are gonna make it good. Because the Airbnb host was so hands-on.
Yeah.
Like he gave us like half the vendors. Like the wedding planner was like,
Okay, getting married abroad, you have to realize that sometimes they have different cultural things.
Yeah,
And I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
the Italians are very chill.
go with the flow.
Actually trying to plan something in 2 months and being like, okay, now we need this. Now it was like not how we worked with 2 wedding planners and it was not how they were working.
Yeah.
So we just realized that.
we dropped the first one, by the way. They're too chill.
Too chill, and there is a lot of miscommunication with not understanding each other because the English.
But it was fine. It all
Yeah,
like
it
was
all worked out
perfectly. But
because we were adamant on like this is just about you and I and like marriage. I feel like we didn't get hung up on like the little details of it. And I'm such a type A person that I usually do worry about those little things. And there's an anxious person that if we did the big wedding, I would have been so stressed. the
yeah,
whole time.
the whole day would have been stressful. I would have been worried about what's this person doing.
So this way, we just got a nice vacation in Italy with our closest friends, amazing pictures, a day we'll never forget. I don't regret any of it. So all this to say, if you're planning a wedding or you're like stressed out about a wedding,
Literally do it how you want to do it.
don't think about other people. Like don't try and people please.
Don't be pressured by your family to
Yeah.
do what they want to do.
Or even social media. Like
Yeah, it's like we didn't even do bridal shower. We didn't even do bachelorette,
No.
bachelor, like all that. We just skipped. We just did like the big celebration there, and then after that, like did like a little mini moon
in post-marital marriage.
and post marriage feeling.
Like that bliss that you feel right after you get married. The few days after our wedding were just romantic and we had some time to ourselves. But the rest of the time we were ready with our friends. That was like the bachelor and bachelorette.
One thing I would say, if you are planning your own wedding right now and you're like, what's one thing I shouldn't miss out on? Get your closest friends to make speeches. Like I know they have like best man speeches at typical weddings and I know like they do all that, but one thing about ours is like everyone was in a couple that came, like everyone was in a relationship. So each couple I said, yo, if you guys could just say like a 1 to 2 minute speech of just some nice things about like our experience with you, that would be amazing. And that was like by far the best part of like the entire
It was
wedding.
So beautiful.
We were crying at every speech.
Yeah, it was amazing. So we didn't have like actual bridal parties, but yeah, our closest friends, like they would have been our bridal party, I guess, if we did it the typical way. So hearing their speeches was just so special. And then when we came home, we just shared everything that we had on our camera roll with our families. And it was like, they loved it and were happy for us. And we still had that sentimental moment with them.
Shout out to everyone that wished us well wishes and
Yeah.
positive vibes on social media. If for some reason by now that you guys still don't follow us on TikTok, literally like we post so much stuff. I posted like at least 30 wedding videos on TikTok.
I have a whole bridal era playlist on there.
Yeah, so
catch up.
You gotta catch up. So now, the wedding video that you guys are about to see. This was filmed by a girl that I found on Instagram.
She's really good at doing documentary style, and the videos that we did see on her page literally brought us to tears. It's vulnerable to share moments like this, but it's also special, and these are the biggest moments of our lives. So
I wanted to share it with you guys because I don't know, I feel like I've already shared so much of my life with you guys, especially on this page. I thought it just felt right to do. So get your tissues ready and
enjoy our spilling our hearts out and our wedding video.
and smash that like button. Damn. It's been a while.
Sylvia. I remember being in Toronto at an Airbnb before going out for New Year's with the crew. I looked back at pictures to figure out what year that was, and it was in 2017, which feels like yesterday, but it was actually 8 years, 5 months, and 7 days ago. I don't know why I remember this so vividly, but I remember Sylvia telling me that night exactly what engagement ring she wanted, and that she was so excited to marry Charlie one day. Sylvia, you've known since the beginning that Charlie was your person, and sometimes when you know, you just know.
Our first date, when we went to get all-you-can-eat sushi,
Yes.
you pressured me into dating you right away. You said, so what are we?
Yeah.
It was the first date.
Charles, I literally was obsessed with you right away. Like, right away. I fell in love with you so quickly. It was, like, scary. I remember when we were laying together and I just told you that I loved you and I knew it was too soon. And I just couldn't help it. I just had to tell you how I felt because I was, like, bursting with that feeling in that moment. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry thinking about it. Because I knew it was dumb to say that, but I was just like, I just need to tell him. And then I said it and you didn't say anything back. Babe, you didn't say anything back.
That was like the second week.
It's so fucking rude.
It was like week 2.
I know.
So what do you want from me?
I know, I was crazy. I was like, okay, so what are we? Girlfriend, boyfriend. Then I'm like, I love you the next week. Then I'm like, marry me ASAP. What can I say? I'm a girl that knows what I want.
Yeah.
Fingers moving in a certain pattern. Strings with notes to hammer out the beat. Get a pen and a piece of paper. Get a load of that mahogany. Making eyes and making get top line. Anticipation building all is good. You can almost even know it's just falling. Reverberating through that old rosewood. Kinda like just swinging with our music. Kinda like we're dancing in the breeze. Kinda want to stay here forever. Kinda like a big redwood tree. Kinda like just swinging with our music. Kinda like we're dancing in the breeze. Kinda want to stay here forever. Kinda like a big redwood tree. Kinda like just swinging with our music. Kinda like we're dancing in the breeze. Kinda want to stay here forever. Kinda like a big redwood tree.
Sylvia, there was a time I didn't think I'd be standing here with you. Not like this. You in a white dress. The two of us exchanging forever vows. Before anything else, I want to thank you for loving me through versions of myself I wasn't proud of. You believed in a version of me I hadn't become yet. You stayed. You forgave. And because of you, I changed. If someone asked how we got here, I wouldn't give them a moment. I couldn't. I'd give them 1,000. Because our love didn't just fall into place. It wasn't tied in bows or served on a silver platter. It was real. It was earned. 11 years later, we still argue about how we met. You swear it was in the university cafe when I was too shy to give you my number, so I made my friend do it. I still think it was at that party.
It was the cafe.
We played at the same park as kids, maybe even rode the swing side by side. Like the stars have been aligning for this since the beginning. You're the wish I never said out loud. And now I could break every mirror, step on every crack, and still somehow be lucky enough to call you mine. So, Sylvia, if love is in the little things, then this is how I'll show you. I promise to side with you always, even when life doesn't. I promise to re-watch Harry Potter with you when the world needs more magic in it.
Oh, thank you.
And I promise, through every version of us, in good times and in bad, I'll keep choosing you. No matter where we go, no matter who we become, it's you. It's always been you. And when this life is over, I'll find you in every chapter that follows, to whatever end. My mood.
Charles, my handsome groom, my best friend. I always believed in love stories. As a little girl, I didn't just dream of being a princess, I was obsessed. But none of those stories captured what it would actually feel like to love you. Our love is the kind that even my favorite authors couldn't write. Because it's not perfect, it's real, it's messy, it's magical, it's entirely ours. It all started with sushi. January 18th, 2014 to be exact, our first official date. Since then, we've lived 1,000 little lives together. We've laughed, fought, grown, and built a world that always leads back to each other. You are my favorite person. Not just in the dreamy romantic way, but in the real life, everyday ways. The kind of love that lets me eat the warm food while you take the cold leftovers. You love me in ways that aren't loud, but are always felt. With you, my life feels bigger, softer, safer. You've shown me that love isn't just about passion, though we still have plenty of that. It's about devotion. It's choosing each other again and again, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Falling for you 11 years ago was easy, but staying in love with you, choosing to love you every single day since, that's the beautiful part. You've grown from the charismatic boy I fell for as a teenager into the man that I dreamed I'd marry as a woman. And one day, when we're old and gray, I'll be curled up on the porch, probably with one of my spicy romance books in hand. And when one of our grandkids asks how I still love you so much, I'll smile and say, because out of every possible life I could have lived, I got to live the one where your grandpa, you, my sweet husband, exist. And I'll think about all the chapters we've written together, each one different, imperfect, beautiful, and how every single one was worth it. All those years ago, I asked you, so what are we? And today, I finally get to answer it. We are forever. I love you.
I love you. All right, clap.
Yay! We spilled our guts.
You've come a long way from the Warcraft playing, white Ponty wearing.
Yes.
Not everything has changed. But you're a better man now. And I truly believe that. I've watched you grow into someone who's steady, loyal, and full of heart. We all play a role in shaping you, but none of us can shape you the way she has. And honestly, I don't think you could have become this man without Sylvia. I really don't. You are so important to him, and it's so obvious to me.
Days here are heavenly, nights are pure ecstasy. Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Venite all'agile, barchetta mia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia.
You're very talented. You don't give yourself enough credit. You downplay yourself a lot. Like a lot. But no, like Sylvia. I mean, everyone tells you online. You have the most attention to detail ever. You can do your hair, do my hair. Like, you'd learn anything.
You know how I feel strong enough to be myself and to put all that stuff out there? It's because of you. You helped me like feel brave.
I'm not an emotional guy. I never really was comfortable showing my emotions ever. But then when you came around, you were oozing all this like happiness and lovey-dovey-ness, and I was like, oh, shit, this is different. Like, I'm not used to this. But I think that was like definitely what drew me in, because it brought me out of my comfort zone for sure. You make me, as corny as it is to say, like a better version of myself, because you're just a good person.
Of course, I would find you. Of course, you would find me too. We're alchemy. Spin the tables, roll the dice. We'd have each other every time. Not just in this life, but in thousands, 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 thousands. I've surrendered to the pull, the knot that keeps me tied to you. We've got love enough for this life and for thousands, thousands, thousands of hearts.
The love between you two is so obvious. You push each other to be better, you're best friends, and you work together when things get really tough, which really are the 3 parts of the recipe to an incredible marriage.